Hello, this is the Mid Musings podcast, the podcast that focuses on everyday issues, illnesses, and disabilities that affect everyday people. Find us anywhere you listen to your podcast and on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, and YouTube at Mid Musings. Please subscribe.
Today, I've got a very beautiful guest. She's black, she's bold, she's a frontline worker, and she's based in Manchester, where I live. Welcome to the Mid Musings, Andrea Jims. And I am so excited to have you on this podcast today. So welcome.
Thank you, Olive, for having me on your show, on your podcast. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Very excited. Very, very excited.
Yeah. To help our listeners get to know you a bit, can you tell us a bit about yourself, what you do, where you were born and raised?
Okay. My name's Andrea. I am 24 years old. I'm a Nigerian. I'm half Igbo, half Calabar. I am a nursery assistant. I'm a mother of one. A single mother at that fact. I like to mingle. I like to socialize, I like getting to know people. I like helping people. I have a passion in being a people's person. Like, I'm a listener. I listen to people's thoughts and how whatever is bothering them, I want to listen. I want to be able to overcome that, uplift them, and to give them that assurance to say that they are not alone in this crazy society that we live in. And a lot of people, they feel like they're alone. They feel like they're trapped. They feel like they have no purpose in this world. But when you know God and when you know his works and when you know his miracles and what he can do, they have nothing to worry about. You'll be getting it, you'll be happy, your mind will be at peace. So that's a little thing about me.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing that. I guess also with your job, you've got to be a great listener. You've got to be able to show empathy to people.
Oh, yes, I have to. Yes.
Yeah. So what are some of the memorable times that you had growing up as a girl? And where did you say where you grew up?
Oh, no, I didn't. Well, I was surprisingly, I was born in Hong Kong.
Oh, cool.
My mom and my dad, they were working, they were business owners up there. They were working, and then my mom decided to take her children and bring them here while my dad was still working over there. And yeah, so I kind of mainly grew up. Most of my memory is based in Britain here, in England here, which is, I know the society, I'm keyed into the environment. So my most memorable moment, when I went to Nigeria for the first time, I actually went to meet my dad. And I haven't seen him in a very, very, very long time. Like, even since thinking the fact that we came to the UK when I was I think I was even 1 or maybe 2. Like 1998, we came here, and I was born in 1996. So yeah, 2 years. So it was, I was very excited. I was also scared at the same time, because I thought, I haven't seen this man in such a long time. What is he going to say? What is he going to think? Is he going to tell me off? I don't know. But I just said, okay. My mom just said, as I got there, my mom said, this is my dad. And I was shocked, because I thought, we look alike. And my dad is quite short. He's a great man.
Mm-hmm. An African man, yeah.
And a proper African man. He has value. He has potential. Yeah. He has like prosperity, and he's he's just a proper African man. But I was so young, and when we got there and I seen his face, he wasn't well at all. Like, his eyes have gone cross-eyed. So like, when he's looking at you, he's looking to the right instead of to look straight at you. And like, when he goes to the left, that's why I think that's what scared me the most, because he couldn't exactly look at me straight
in the eye.
He had to yes. And like, when we were taking pictures, he would turn to the other side. And I think that's kind of what scared me, because I thought, is this really my dad? What happened to him? Like, how did he get sick like this? So then after we came back, it was a nice time because we got to chat and to get to know each other and everything. Then once I came back, like a year after, he passed. So it gave me, just looked to God and I thought, why? Like, maybe this is the reason why you wanted us to go to Nigeria. You wanted me to go to Nigeria to meet him, even though he was already ill. You still wanted me to go and to see him and to get to know him and to know the type of man that he is. Because I don't know, when we got there, he was just so apologetic. He was just apologizing to my mom for so many things that I didn't even know. But I was just so grateful that I had the opportunity before he passed to meet him. Although I wasn't able to be at his funeral because, I was young and they went back to Nigeria to do the funeral. And Mom didn't want me to go through to see all that at that age.
Right.
So, she was just protecting me from it. So, it was just kind of that. It's just one of those where you just have to say, okay. And you just keep it in mind to say he was a good man. Whatever wrong he did in the past, God has forgiven him and he has been able to reunite us. Oh. So I was happy with that, I was happy with that.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing that. Yes, it must be really emotional seeing your dad in that situation and for the first time as well. So,
yeah,
definitely. Thank you. So how have you found your career being a nursing assistant and a person of color and also a mother?
Being a nurse of color in this kind of society that we live in, especially in hospital base, is quite difficult. It's very, very challenging because a lot of patients, whether some that have capacity or whether the ones that don't have capacity. But I don't know, it seems to be the ones that have capacity. No, the ones that don't have capacity are are the worst kind, because when you're trying to help them, to assist them in their needs, and whether it's to help them to mobilize, to get them to the bathroom, or even just to feed them if they're unable to do that, just to give them that comfort to show that you are there for them, you're here to help them. And there's been times where they've threw their food at me, they have spat at me, they have I think there was even one that actually assaulted me, and because he didn't have capacity, it was allowed, which confused me because it shouldn't be happening.
Yeah, it shouldn't.
Because it was very upsetting. It was very, I was hurt to the point where I thought, is this the kind of job that I want to be doing? Is this the career path that I want to lead in? Although I want to help the people, but if the people are not willing enough for me to help them, or are not racial in this generation is very bad. And a lot of the time when it comes to hospital settings and you report a incident, more or less you report it, but you don't get heard. You don't get that voice to speak out. And even when you do speak out, they brush it off. It's as if it never existed. Oh. I've had a few, even with staff as well. I've actually had a conflict with a member of staff that I was heavily pregnant and I needed help to move a patient because I wasn't lazy. I'm always there to help. No matter how heavy pregnant I was doing my duty, doing my job. But then they have some that were just so lazy, and especially in a hospital setting, especially the ward that was in, it's favoritism. They always have this group of their favorites of who gets the first say and who gets the chance to, let's say if I wanted annual leave on this day, or I wanted to pick up an extra shift and I put my name down, before you know it, I would go back to the book and my name will be scribbled out and they now put another person's name. And I would think, wait a minute, but my name was there. So why would they scribble that out and authorize somebody else without even, exactly, So I felt very offended. I felt very hurt. I felt as if this is the type of ward, as if I didn't matter. Nothing I have to say or anything that I want to do doesn't matter, which is very bad, very, very bad. So I felt kind of withdrawn to the point where I was thinking to myself, do I want to be in this kind of setting? Do I want to is this really the job that God has, this career path that God has really put me in? But you know what? I learned to know my value. I learned to know my worth. I learned to have my voice to speak out, especially during this quarantine, where there was a campaign going around for Band 2s to have a pay rise, because the job description that we do is not the same as the job description that is on the contract. So they are trying to really push, and at first they neglected it and they kind of just threw the paper aside saying they don't want to fund us. But now it's coming to life, now we are as value and now we are being heard. It's great because then they're not just letting in everybody in. They're giving everyone a chance to open up, to say their voice, to give out their voice and know the opportunities. So I've learned a lot, especially as a mother. I want my son to grow up. Although this society that we live in is very hard, it's very difficult, especially as a Black, raising a Black boy in this kind of community. Like, there's lots of drugs, there's gun crime, there's violence. It's just a bit too much murder. So I'm really trying to give him the best future that I possibly can. And that's trying to keep him being his friend as well as being his mother.
Oh, yeah.
And telling him the truth of what happens in the world and explain to him and not kind of keep anything from him.
Helping to have a balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. That's kind of the level I'm at. I've really changed my mindset towards a lot of things. I've put myself in a position where I would understand where this person is coming from and know what their story is, understanding their story. And of course, everybody has a story. It's how you pursue it and it's how you value yourself. It's how you show your story. If you're just letting your story or letting whatever you have gone through to put you down and to make you feel depressed and anxiety, and it's not a good, this is why a lot of people have led themselves to self-harming. It is a difficult society that we're in, but I actually want to make a difference. I have a voice. I want to use it.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much. You have talked about so many things that, people of color, we experience so many institutional racism, so to say, and there's so many unconscious. These things are brought about by unconscious bias.
Yeah,
there's no doubt that yes, people who are white are there, and like you said, sometimes you put down your name to be on a rota, and somebody takes it off.
Take it off.
Yes, those are the silent things that people don't see, and those things happen at the back of the screen every day. So we just need to raise awareness about all things.
And I was very offended as a pregnant woman, trying to mobilize a patient. I had to cry out for help because I thought, these people they just want to relax. They just want to be gossiping at the nursing station when there's actually people that need us. There's actually people that we're here to look after. We're here for a reason. So it really baffled me. And then when as you said, it's just favoritism. When, especially with the right generation, some of them, they can be, because they feel as if because they're in that favoritism circle, they can say as they like, they can treat you as they like. No, it doesn't work like that.
No.
Because I'm the type of person, I'm very open and I will show you attitude. I will tell you how it is. If I don't like something, if I don't like the way you speak to me, I will tell you. And if you don't like the way I said it, tough luck. Because this is me telling you my value, not to belittle me. You can't think as if you can walk all over me. And I'm just going to let you. There was times where I just used to keep quiet and just walk away. But then I thought, if I keep walking away, it's not really making
me... How does it make you feel when you actually walk away? Does it make you feel really better, or it gets you really angry on the inside, bottling up things like that?
Yeah, in a way, because you have it's a very professional industry that I'm in, career that I'm in. So we have to stay professional at all times. But when there's times where you just have to, that's when they have to walk away. That's when they tell you to walk away and report it.
I mean is, when you walk away, you should have somebody that you should be able to talk to about what just happened to you.
Yeah.
An employee liaison officer who also listens to your concerns about about how you feel, about what you've experienced. Those are things that are not in place for people in workplaces. And I wanted to say this, that one of the reasons that people of color are more susceptible to COVID-19 is the fact that we make up a large number of employees in the health and social care sector.
Okay. We are the most hardworking. I have to say, in the Black community, we are very, very hardworking, and they manipulate it. They take advantage of it, and it is frustrating because although we work hard, we want to be our best. We're showing that we're here for the people. We're showing here that although we're there for our finances to help our family, but we're also, we didn't just choose this job just for the money. We also chose this job because it is our passion.
It is, yeah. And we are more exposed to the virus being frontline staff, and this is why it explains why a huge number of COVID-19 figures are from the Black and minority ethnic group community. And it explains why so many of us died as well as a result of COVID-19. But that is not being said in the open. It just, they're just saying, okay, we are more susceptible. Why are we more susceptible? These are things that should be brought out.
It's like when they stereotype to say Black women that we can
pain more, endure pain more.
And with the fact that we're most likely able to, what's that word? It's painful the way they stereotype women, but not knowing that we are very strong.
Yeah.
We are very strong. And we are women that can speak out. We don't hold things in. Suicidal thoughts are not really on our mind unless we feel withdrawn, unless somebody has made us feel like we have no value.
Yeah.
That's how some Black women, they feel like they're alone. They don't have anybody to talk to. But there's so many. I've been joining platforms that are for women, and it has really empowered me to be the best woman and to really, to be a speaker, to get my true calling in helping the society that we live in.
All right.
So I'm just grateful for the women that we have, the powerful women, the strong women that are really soldiers to march forward instead of to let anybody of any race to let them down, to pull them down.
Yeah,
because if you look at the Asian community, they're very close. They are very, very close to the Asian community. They really support one another. Like if you look around, there's so many, we have lots of Asian shops, and there's a lot there. They really stick together. So why is it so hard for the Black community to come together as strong as we are to really stick together as well?
Yeah, that's something that us Black Africans and not just Black Africans, Black community globally, we have to really look at, and we have to examine ourselves, and we have to look at ways we can make things work for us. We have to look at ways that we can make things better in the society. Even
that's right.
For us and for the future generations. Because we can't just go on like this. You have a child that you want to raise. You want him to have a balanced view of what is happening in society. And at the same time, you don't want him to be biased. You don't want him to grow up feeling
as if he doesn't have anybody. As if he doesn't have anyone to talk to.
Yeah. So let us just go to your other things that you do in your community.
So the other thing I do, I have a hair and beauty business, which is selling human hairs. So lace wigs, frontals, closures, bundles of different types of hair textures. So there's straight, there's deep waves, I have different, and Afro kinky.
Wow.
So it gives you that kind of natural aspect. Us women, we love our hair to that it brings out our faces, it brings out our smiles. Really, that is our crown sort of thing. That's our hair is our crown. So I have that platform, that hair and beauty platform.
Wow.
But I also...
What actually motivated you to start that business?
It was my mom. actually, because she was diagnosed with cancer 5 years ago, which led her to having an operation. So they had to remove her right breast, and it also ended up spreading onto her right armpit. So they had to like do like an operation to take everything out that they possibly could, and for seeing her pass through that at such a young age, especially as a single mother she was, raising 3 children, it was hard. She was always trying to pretend that she was okay, like wearing a smile. She would go into the kitchen, she would still cook, she would clean, she would gather us together, make sure that we're doing our homework, make sure that we're on time, making sure that my hair is done, especially me because I'm the youngest. She'll always be babying me, making sure I'm okay and all this, not knowing that really deep down inside she's hurt. Her womanhood has been stripped off her completely and then when she started losing her hair and she lost her eyebrows, she really thought, they were telling her when she was going for counseling at Christie's Hospital, they used to tell her, she's like, yeah, your hair will grow back in time, it will grow back. But when her hair started growing back, it was patchy, like she had lots of patches, and her hair was so thin, and the hair my mom used to have was so thick, it was long, and it was just beautiful. So she really took care of herself. She loved doing her makeup, she loved changing her hair, she does her nail polish and everything herself. For me to see my mom look drained and be stripped of her womanhood and feel as if she has no more value, to feel as if she doesn't have a purpose in this life anymore, to feel hopeless, to feel she completely lost her self-esteem, completely lost her faith, to the point where she was questioning God every day. God, why me? God, where are you in my times of trouble? But all I could really do was just to uplift her, to tell her that God hasn't forgotten her. It will get through this. Let's just keep our trust in her and we will get through it. So I was just doing the little I could do. Because even during her procedure, her operation, sadly, they said that the operation was successful. But then later on, they now told her that her right arm, they can no longer get a pulse because they have cut a vein. That's just them. That has just added more pain to her.
How did you feel when she was going through all this?
I was clueless because I was so young, and I thought, what is all these words they are saying? Like, what are they saying? I was like, I had to have my brother with me during the time of operation. My mom, she doesn't want us to worry, so she kind of kept it to herself. But because I was just reading her body language to say something isn't right. And when she finally told us about them cutting the vein and now they can no longer take a pulse and everything that she was going through, I was like, Mom, why did you not tell us? We could have actually sued these people. I'm not saying sue them from what they have done, of course, for what they have done, but to prevent it from not happening again
to somebody else. Yes,
you know what I mean. And she was like, no, just leave it. I was like, but Mommy, this is your life. This is your life. This is your body. It's making you feel depressed. It's making you feel as if you have no more worth, as if you don't even know what you're living for. Even the fact that you have your children by your side, you still feel as if you have no cause anymore in this life.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so sorry that your mom had to go through all that, and I'm glad that you have come out to share this. And you have a business that is based on your mom's experience that you have started. Yes, there's so many things that go wrong in life, but we just have to move on in life, and we have to be positive. We have to look at the future and not at what's going on in the past.
Exactly.
We can shape the future. We can change the future, but we cannot change what's happened in the past.
Yes, exactly.
Sharing your story today will help somebody, to stay focused, will help a person of color know that they are valued, know that they are worthy of notes, and they've got qualities that
they have a purpose in life. They
have a purpose in life. And they are passionate, they are appreciated, they are valued.
And they're not alone. They are not alone.
Do you have social media handles where people can connect with you?
Yes, I do. I have my Instagram, which is Dre Supreme Collection. And I also have Facebook, I have a Facebook page, but you can also just add me as normal on Facebook at Andrea Jims. And I also have a Clubhouse. Recently, I just got onto Clubhouse. Clubhouse is a
where
very
everybody is going now.
Yes, that is the place. That is the place to gain any kind of motivation, encouragement, and it's really give me that confidence to speak up, because I was so shy, especially during this lockdown. I've been so to myself. But now I feel as if I'm able to come out of my shell and really express and to tell my story. So I'm happy. So Clubhouse, guys, if you have a business, go to Clubhouse. Yeah. Yes, connect.
What's your Clubhouse, Andrew?
It's Dreamshine. It's Dreamshine. At Dreamshine.
Yeah. How do you spell that?
DREAMSHINE.
All right.
And then from there, if you connect me through my Clubhouse, my Instagram page is also connected, so you can catch me through that.
For those who don't have Clubhouse, what's your Instagram handle?
My Instagram handle is at Drea's Supreme Collection, which is DREASSUPERM Collection. COLL.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing your story today, and thank you for.
If some women want to have a look at what I have in store, I got some nice quality hairs that show good value to you. So I'm there to help.
Thank you for listening. Please download and share with your friends and family and on social media platforms. We are available on Apple, Google, Amazon, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Listening Notes, Podchaser, Good Pods, Radio Public, Stitcher, Deezer, Pocket Cast, Himalaya, and anywhere you listen to your podcast. Please leave a review, comment, or feedback on our social media platforms on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and also on our website www.podbean/midmusings.com. Thank you very much.